Oxfam Canada in particular has focused our energy and our resources focusing on issues of gender justice, looking at issues of women's rights and women's lives, but recognizing that gender justice is a broader umbrella than that. So for us, it's a very special opportunity this evening as part of World Pride to have brought together this panel that brings together partners from Cuba and Zimbabwe and allies from Canada.
Tonight we're here to talk about some victories. Over the last few years, we've been inundated in the media with messages about the deeply homophobic and transphobic violence and legislation that is taking place in countries across the globe. And often these messages overshadow the really critical and successful work that's happening on the ground.
It is really in 2007 when we get the movement against homophobia, and we get started with
LGBTI, H for heterosexual persons, because together we want to change our society, our culture.
We do a lot of critical consciousness and movement building for the LGBTI communities so that they become the leaders of their own struggles, so that they become the owners of their own movement. But this has not been easy. Living in a country where same-sex sexual activities are criminalized.
Everyone here belongs in our circle. Whether you're young, you're a baby, you're an older person, you're an elder, you're that mother, you're that father, you're Asian, you're black, you're white. You fit in my circle, in our circle, and you contribute to our community.
Many people say that LGBT rights movement in Vietnam has some achievement because it comes from the government for the human rights, something like that. But actually it came from the community. We want to be who we are and want to change.
from the history of Cuba and the history of the revolution. I learned we cannot have peace when people suffer from injustice. We have been working with an educational strategy for the whole society in Cuba.
Gradually, through education, through talking, through public events, and also internal events, internal workshop, we bring the community the knowledge of rights.
Two-spirit people struggle, but we're resilient. Out there, being in the wood, being on the earth, being on the land, being on the water, being with those animals, that's church for me. That's a way of life for us. But, you know, we can work together. That church kind of dictates, oh, this way, this way, this way, you're doing it wrong, you're doing it wrong, you're doing it wrong.
What happened is that colonialism destroyed this indigenous wisdom. That wisdom we need to recover.
Pride moments and activities all over the world, or to us, coming from Zimbabwe, speaking on behalf of Africa, Uganda, Nigeria, and other countries, they are moments of celebrations. And the pride times are those times when we take a moment away from our troubles and sorrows. On this Sunday, I'll be holding my Zimbabwean flag, celebrating our achievements, celebrating our struggles, but also sending out a message that there is hope.
We have the title of the panel is Breaking the Silence. I think it is one of the victories we have gained. That is to break the silence between the LGBT community and in every families. So that now we can say about same-sex, about homosexuality, about LGBT issues in everywhere, in every corner in Vietnam. And we don't feel shame when we say that we are LGBT people.
And once we understand that each one of us matters and has gifts to bring to us.
This is about allyship. Sometimes we need to step up and speak and act, and there are times that we need to step back as allies and creating space for people to take leadership in their own lives.
We always have to strive to keep respect between countries. and facilitate the dialogue, because you can see that there's plenty of intelligent and valuable people in every single country, and they know their own culture and their own people. They know what they have to do. They have to be supported in the projects that they have themselves,
Y a nosotros en nuestros proyectos.
and then they have to support us in our projects.
Thank you.
Thank you.